Yo, what is good, YouTuber? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're doing gameplay with the brand new Pink Diamond lock-in YAO MING. Yes, YAO is shockingly bad statistically. I'm going to try the card out. We're going to see how good he is. Is he worth locking in? Absolutely not. No way whatsoever would I ever recommend locking in this card. I will literally preface the video by saying that. At the same time, I'm going to at least try him out. We're going to make a video and we're going to see how good he is. I assume he sucks. He has 25 speed and a 43 ball. He can't shoot and he's horribly slow. I don't care how good he is in any other area. That's a complete liability, especially at this point in the game. Literally does not match up with any of the other cards we have either. Very strange that this YAO card is this bad. We're still going to try him out though, and I'm excited to try the card out and use him at least once. Massive shout out to my boy Zach for letting me use his account to record this gameplay. I've done a ton of gameplays on his account recently and I really do appreciate it. And yeah, without further ado, I guess let's hop right into it and let's see what happens, man. Honestly, let's try out this YAO MING because he's such a weird card. The fact that he's this bad is shocking to me. I'd really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe, by the way. Help me push towards the 20,000 subscriber mark on the channel. Trying to hit that by the end of the month of February. Got to average about 60 subscribers a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Now, YAO is 7'6" center, 96 offense, 85 defense with a 79 driving layup, a 80 mid-range, a 43 ball. Shocking. Great post game, yes. 95 standing and 75 driving dunk isn't terrible, but a 25 ball handle, 95 block, 92 interior, horrific perimeter ability though. Great rebounder, but 25 speed, excel, vertical, and lateral quickness. This card is shockingly awful statistically. Badge wise, he's also horribly incomplete, to be completely honest. I think Zach actually added a couple extra hoffs to him, which makes no sense to me. But Aerial Wizard, Back Down Punisher, Dream Shake, Drop Stepper, Masher, Postman, Posterizer, Rise Up, Claymore, Post Playmaker, Chase Down Artist, Post Lockdown, Workhorse, Box Up Beast, Brick Wall, Hook Specialist, Precision Dunker, Whistle, Post Fade Phenom, Bulldozer, and Immovable Enforcer, Gold Catch and Shoot, Needle Threader, and Anchor. This card is, I mean, honestly, I don't know what else to say other than this card is awful. I actually think he sucks. I'm shocked that he sucks, but I think he's terrible. I'm very surprised that 2K made this card bad, but I think at this point in the game, I think he's like almost unusably awful. 25 speed without the ability to shoot the three-pointer. I don't care how tall you are. Like, imagine this card against Wembanyama or KP. Like, it's literally not even a competition ever. Yes, he's bigger than them. Yes, he's going to be dominant on the interior. He is not, I mean, number one, mashing is not good enough this year that YAO would have been as dominant on the interior anyway, but with the way that he is, like a complete lack of spacing ability outside of the mid-range. I mean, I guess he'll knock down mid-ranges, but like he has no spacing. He's horribly slow. There's nothing this card does well, to be completely honest, besides mash and rebound. And like, I understand he's 7'6", but he's still 25 speed. That's not gonna, this card is not gonna cut it at all in any way. He's missing so many different badges. He's missing so many important stats. He does not really make any sense at all in the pacing that we've had right now. I'm not complaining because I personally did not want a YAO meta, and I'm glad that this card removes the YAO meta in this year's game until the next YAO MING card, which is fire. Nobody's going to use this card, and for good reason. Should you lock him in? No. I know people are fascinated by the card though, so people are still going to watch the gameplay, and I'm excited to try him out. We're going to do the best we can to have a good game with YAO, but I think this might be a bit challenging if we match him against a top big. We'll see. Let's hop into a game. Let's see what we can do. All right, hopping into this game, our opponent has Amethyst Shaq at center, who is still significantly faster than YAO, but not the best center by any means. This team is not very good. We honestly have a very favorable matchup here, which honestly I'm not complaining about because I think we kind of need it with YAO. If I had matched up against one of the best bigs in the game, I think we're literally just getting dogged out. Good attack, but he's going to miss it, and YAO's going to run the floor. I will say YAO, 25 speed, yes, but that breakout dribble is ridiculous. When he gets a good card, he is going to be absolutely zooming. With that breakout dribble, he feels like he has 95 speed, at least for the time in that he's in that animation. Now, with a super low ball handle and all that type of stuff, I would not recommend dribbling the ball with him, especially against good cards, good players. But the thing about this guard is like, he just has no chance at ever guarding a pick and roll ever. Like any sort of Wemby, KP, D-Rob, Tyson Chandler, Embiid, like any centers that people are using, any of those guys are just going to absolutely destroy this YAO MING in the pick and roll. He just greened a mid-range with Shaquille O'Neal. I'm actually rattled. Good shot. a deep mid-range with Shaquille O'Neal. I don't think I've ever seen somebody shoot the mid-range with that much confidence with Shaq. Look at the blow by. Oh my goodness, YAO is so fast. He getting off the dribble. Let's go. He doesn't feel like he has 25 speed. He feels like he has like 60 speed or 50 speed, but he doesn't feel like 25 because he's so damn big. Now, on defense, when he's running though, when he's running back, like he does kind of feel like he has 25 speed. I'm not gonna lie. And mashing is so mediocre this year. Like I might be able to dog out this Shaq a little bit. No, I missed the layup. I'm gonna pass it bad. I drop the ball and fumble it away. Yeah, mashing is so mediocre this year. It's not like YAO would have been ridiculously OP compared to last year anyway. But now that he's so slow and can't shoot, it's like he just basically sucks. He can't slip behind anybody. That's the problem. And they're going to get a wall-up animation on him. And if they get a wall-up animation, it's more often than not a stop this year is the problem. So good shot by PG, knocking down a contested mid-range. And then the speed is just such an issue. Like he's just behind the Shaq guard. And I'm trying to sprint back. There we go. We did manage to get back in time to not just get ran around. But remember, this is a bad team that I'm playing against right now. This is a bad team. This is not a competitive opponent or anything along those lines, anything sweaty at all. We're playing against bad cards, and we're like YAO's not going to dominate these cards. He's not going to dominate 80 cards. Good layup there. He is still gigantic, and that giganticness can serve to be glitchy and get you good animations and stuff like that. But KP and Wimby are pretty tall too, and those dudes can shoot the ball and have decent speed and like are definitely better. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think as good as YAO is, or as good as YAO had the potential to be, in that I expected him to be the best center in the game and one of the best cards in the game. This card is really bad, like really, really bad. He can only shoot mid ranges. He's horribly slow. So his shooting ability is like, I mean, shot creation super limited. I could have just gone to the rim there and probably gotten a layup there, but instead I tried to shoot the mid range and it was a terrible shot selection. This card is so limited, bro. I would never ever consider locking this card in. My boy Zach's a Rockets fan, and he gets like pretty much every single card, so I see why he locked in YAO, but in general, I would never ever lock this card in. I am honestly so surprised by how terrible he is, though. I thought he'd be bad. I didn't expect him to be horrifically terrible. That just doesn't... I thought he'd be good. I don't know. It kind of makes sense, because the community hated YAO last year so much, but like... Goodness gracious, this card sucks. His release, he's tired now because he's been handling the ball a little bit, and that's more than he needs to do. Literally any bit of handling the ball at all is too much for YAO. Just gets walled up by Shaq and doesn't get the board. Yeah, this card is horrific. He really is really bad. He's basically the Sapphire. Like he's really, 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 really bad. I'm not sure he's much better than Amethyst Shaq. He's probably better than Amethyst Shaq, but with 25 speed, man, 25 speed is pretty remarkably slow. Like, you see how slow he gets into the front court, and then if I drive to the rim, you can just paint sit off of him. I can quick slip the screen here. YAO slipping. Let's go. YAO gets himself a dunk. We quick slip the screen. He gets a dunk. He's got 10 points, but oh my goodness, it is a struggle out here. And look how far behind he is on Shaq again. He's not able to get back into play at all. Terrible pass. We get a stop. The only reason we might win this game is because my opponent is terrible at the game and has a terrible team. I just got chased down by DeMar DeRozan. Height matters a lot less this year than it has in previous years. I'm not saying it doesn't matter, because it still does matter. You would still rather have the tall player, but height is less important than it's been in years. One of the few, I think, actual legit gameplay positives this year, to be completely honest. But at the same time, it means that YAO is even less OP. And because his best attributes are less valuable this year, and his worst areas are so much worse this year, like he is significantly worse in all the areas that he was really good in last year. He had, what, 80 speed, 83 ball, all that type of stuff. Now he's got 25 speed, 43 ball. Like, that is, you just can't even recover from that as a card at this point in the year. And I think it makes YAO almost completely unusable at any sort of competitive level. So again, I will reiterate one more time. Do not lock in for Yao Ming unless you are just the biggest Yao Ming fan in the world, or you just like lighting money on fire and have just tons of disposable income. Because otherwise, I don't see a world in which this Yao Ming would ever be worth locking in. The way you have to play to have any sort of success with him, number one, is not a very skillful play style. It's not a very fun play style, in my personal opinion. And while it might be semi-effective, I guess, offensively, he's going to be a complete liability defensively. He kills your spacing, and just overall, he's not a good card. And therefore, to me, not one that I'd recommend locking in for at all, or anything along those lines. That's a defensive 3 on me, and it was on me with YAO. I was trying to stay back on Shaq, and I just was too far back in the paint by myself. My bad. I think I'm going to call the video there, though. 14 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 5 of 10 from the field. This card is awful, but yet kind of good in terrible matchups. Like against somebody like this who's not very good and doesn't have a great team, he's going to be able to dominate just because of his size. But in general, against any sort of competitive matchup at all, any top tier big, he's going to struggle massively on both ends of the court, I think. So I would not recommend locking in YAO at all, but I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.